Come on. Welcome, everybody, to DA After Dark for August 25, 2026. And I apologize for the little bit of late start, literally clocking out after work and clocking into this. Sam, the man of 609 Sports Talk Radio. Howdy, Sam. How you doing?
Happy freaking Tuesday.
Yes. First, thoughts and prayers to the families and friends of Miss Dolly Parton. She will be missed. Now, we have a slam-jammed show today. No guests will be popping in today. It's going to be me, Sam, and whenever Zolt sneaks in, he gets in. Right off the rip, we are going right into the Real Talk segment because everybody and their brother around this neck of the woods is talking about the one, the only, everything and anything but the Cleveland Browns and the debacle that is Deshaun Watson v. Shedeur Sanders, and who is the starter and why. So I've got several reels that picked up on a lot of different things, and there is a lot to cover. So let's get into this.
Deshaun Watson crying about getting booed in Cleveland is peak delusion. Like, what'd you expect, confetti? Like, we can cut through all the bullshit here. Yes, the off-field baggage has brought a dark cloud over the franchise. But fans don't just boo bad headlines, dog. They boo bad football. And on the field, you've been a straight disaster. The big-time playmaker from Houston that they thought they were getting is gone. What they got now is this hesitant, inaccurate passer who looks lost in the pocket and can't stay on the field. And even worse, you're a $230 million straitjacket. That fully guaranteed contract has completely paralyzed the entire franchise. Cleveland mortgaged its draft capital, burned its salary cap, and alienated its entire fan base for a guy who gives them bottom-tier quarterback play. So, and you're not just a struggling player. You're a walking receipt of the worst front office move in NFL history. That's why they're booing you, Deshaun. If you were playing better, none of this would be an issue. So if you want to be cheered, you got to earn it. Until then, you got to eat those boos, because that $230 million, getting your feelings hurt, is built into that price tag. Price tag. Deshaun Watson crying.
He ain't wrong.
How?
But I got another one.
But wait, there's more.
No matter how much I do for the city, people always want to focus on the same two things: them diabolical massages I got and whether or not I'm a good quarterback. That's it. Every question. Deshaun, what happened on that interception? Deshaun, why'd you miss that throw? Deshaun, do you regret the massages? Nobody ever asked me, hey, Deshaun, how's that sourdough starter you've been working on? It's going great, by the way.
Have you ever been taking a huge dump? And I mean, one of them big, greasy, never-ending where you're sitting there thinking, there is no possible way there's more of this inside me. Then you finally stand up, take 2 steps, and realize, son of a bitch, there's more. So you turn around, sit back down, and take another shot. That's what rotating these quarterbacks feels like. Same toilet, 2 different shots, just coming out at different times. Only difference is one of those shots is costing us $45 million to flush.
I thought I did pretty good. And by pretty, I mean legendary. And by good, I mean great. So actually, let me rephrase that because I don't want anybody twisting my words. I thought I did legendary great.
No.
Yes, I know. Sam's like, no, I'm out. Sam's like, I'm out.
Somebody better
Sam-
tell. Hold on. Somebody better tell Gracie to get the windpipes ready because we may be hitting this show button real freaking quick. Real freaking quick. What in the world did you just have me watch?
When Munkin turned around and brought that, I was like, bravo, sir. Bravo. That man is not pulling punches at all. That man is not pulling punches. The question is, does Watson really care about the game or just, oh no, he's getting paid to sit on his butt and he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't. He doesn't at all. Next one up. And you guys know how much I am not a fan of this guy. But
Well, I think we should start. I mean, generally, we want to start with more interesting teams, but the situation in Cleveland, where Deshaun was awful, Shador was better, was only part of the story. Shador had a 5.5, 6-minute interview on the sidelines during the game, which he was incredibly thoughtful and likable and relatable. I like him as a kid. I thought he was immature when he came out, got the speeding tickets, but I like him. You know, I don't think he's a bad guy. He's just young, right? You go up, your dad's, famous. Deshaun, after a horrible outing, basically in the press conference, said the booing from the fans is disrespectful. It's personal. I'm like, with Deshaun, you can go back several years on this. I don't think he has a ton of self-awareness, which I think being a quarterback in pro football is really, really important. I mean, I would have a hard time not starting Shador Sanders. And for the record, the win-loss record really isn't the issue here because it's not a great team. Why not just go? Generally, this isn't why I would make a decision. But if you're not going to be good, why not just go with a popular kid, the younger kid, who I think in the locker room, is kind of well-liked? Why not just go with the younger kid, Shador?
Yeah, I mean, I think yesterday was a tipping point on Saturday. You can't have a guy that your entire fan base just despises personally and professionally. It's like Deshaun, they can't stand you personally. Everything that happened off the field. Like, we're not idiots. We've all lived long enough now. And most importantly, they might have been able to forget it if you could play, and you are objectively awful. I mean, it was terrible. And if you didn't have an albatross on the contract, they would cut you like an undrafted free agent. I mean, they really would. And then when you have this lack of self-awareness, and you can tell me the locker room doesn't have an issue, that's fine. But you can't roll out a guy. Because I thought the whole time, they're just going to start Deshaun, he's making a bunch of money. And
Same. Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks in. When people are listening to this, I guess this comes out Sunday night, but on Monday, Mike said he's going to name the starter. So my guess is Shador's name. And I don't know what they do. The other thing is, if financially they could release them, I don't think another team would touch him.
no,
I would never say never.
No,
because his
nobody
agent's
will.
and that guy's got a lot of juice. Sometimes you do favors. It's business. But I think he's as untouchable as any player in the league. I mean, you see Terry on Arnold. He gets in this. I mean, did you read the Athletic article a month ago or 3 weeks ago on that situation? Like, geez, Louise. He gets released. 10 teams are working him out. Like, wait a minute. And even John Schneider, if you watch Hard Knocks, was like, yeah, if he had been our draft pick, we would have had to cut him. But he's not. Now we're not that invested. That's the way the business works. This guy's I would say, as toxic of anyone in any business right now in America. I'm this.
Sam, I don't disagree with that. I mean, they're trying right now. They turn around and they named Deshaun Watson because their goal is to try to move him to a team that needs a quarterback. But nobody is going to do it because, as he just said, that is a poison in their locker room. And this guy, can't believe I got to agree with Colin. He is just that bad.
Yes,
And
look,
the other real even, that is the thing. They have gotten nothing but bad play out of this guy when he was healthy enough to be on the field. and it's not good.
Yeah, listen, I know we like to make the jokes about Deshaun Watson all we want, but that's the bottom line. You just said it perfectly. I don't care about the jokes. I don't care about what happened off the field, yada, yada, yada. This guy has been when he has been on the field in Cleveland, has been probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. They are never going to walk into Houston Deshaun Watson ever again. Nobody's going to do that. And, there was a little interview piece on Twitter that I saw with Todd Monken saying that when he named his starter, he thought of body of work. Todd, I'm not sure if you're aware first of all, body of work is a very inappropriate thing to say in this matter. But still, the body of work in Cleveland for Deshaun Watson is about as good as Joel Embiid's knees.
Well, Shane just nailed this right on the head. Coach didn't matter, backup didn't matter. It's Haslam, and because it was Haslam's pick. It was Haslam's decision. Haslam said, make it happen no matter what. Haslam is eating this all the way through.
Well, yeah, because it's Haslam who put all the money into Deshaun Watson in the first place. Right. Because, look, the Atlanta Falcons just did the same thing last year. They signed Kirk Cousins to that big deal. They drafted Michael Penix. The only difference is Atlanta's owner had no issue saying, Kirk, you're sitting on the bench. I'll still pay you, but you're not starting. We're going with the guy that we drafted who we're high on. This is just proving once again. Yes, so it's not the goal. You know why? Because it's borderline damn near impossible.
Right. I mean, even if somebody picked up, say, a quarter of that contract, the Browns are still eating a ton.
And this is why I've been, as long as I've been on the show with you guys, when some of you go after and critique, not you in particular, I'm just saying you as in like everybody who's usually on the show or in the comments, for the people that criticize Andrew Berry, this is why I give Andrew Berry a lot of credit. The fact that he's been able to build this roster while working around this damn contract is freaking impressive alone. The Cleveland Browns have everything a rebuilding team wants, except the most important position on the damn field, which with this ownership, they'll probably never find.
Well, I think, unfortunately, if they would have been able to stick to the regular contract, I mean, right now, they turned around and made that big deal with Myles Garrett. And right now, Myles isn't even on the team anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not after the re-signing. I don't think so. Atlanta, too bad left-handed QBs, one of which will be in a wheelchair after week 3.
Oh, no, and Shane, I get that, but the point I'm trying to make is Kirk Cousins, when he did start off in Atlanta, didn't look great after the Achilles. All I was saying was the Falcons weren't afraid to say, okay, yes, we're paying you a lot of money, but you look awful. So we're not going to hurt our football team by you going out there and being terrible. Now, granted, Penix was not much better when he was out there, and they ended up going back to Kirk. All I'm saying is, unlike Haslam, the Falcons had the balls to say, I don't care about your contract. You weren't better than this guy. You're not starting. They won't do that.
And I'm glad that everybody's pretty much taken a lesson from Cleveland, and nobody is giving these quarterbacks the guaranteed money. It's like, no, we're not. I'm sorry, we're not the Cleveland Browns. And speaking of our friend who loves to say we're the Cleveland Browns, let's say hi to Drew.
All the Browns fans do is boo me. The only time they ever cheered for me is when I tore my Achilles. They hate me, but I hate them even more. Exactly what we want to hear from our starting quarterback. I'm the what? He's the what? Who's the huh? What? Huh? We're the Cleveland Browns. I know you are. I'm really QB1. Unfortunately, I don't know why I'm surprised. I should have seen it coming. This franchise is incapable of making anything close to resembling a decent football decision. See, this is what I mean. Y'all are so mean to me. Who? Them. Huh? Us. Oh, we're not us. We're the Cleveland Browns. I know you are. You all hate me for no reason. Oh, it's hardly for no reason, you massage-addicted shitty. You came into this team as an alleged serial pervert, signed a monumentally massive contract that proceeded to be one of the worst quarterbacks we've ever seen, which is saying a lot because we are fans of the Cleveland Browns. We're the Cleveland Browns. I know you are. Would it help if I was forced to give you a half-assed pre-rehearsed sorry? Let me think about it. No! Well, then I see there is no pleasing you, so I'm going to go practice throwing passes primarily to the defense. Not too many, though. We want our drives to end in punts. Punts. I hate this team so much. All the Browns fans.
But wait, there's still Connor.
All right, everyone, we have chosen our starting quarterback for the year. Please be me, 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 please be me. Please don't get real, please don't get real, please don't get real. We decided we're going 0-17. What? No, you have to choose one. Well, why? They both suck. They don't both suck. It's an insult to sucking. Pause. Resume. Can't believe I'm having to decide between one player who doesn't know what being a captain means. I can't find the word in the dictionary. You can hide that experience. It's not like situational awareness was a strength of his. And another player who's actively attacking fans for booing him. Give me one reason why I would even deserve those boos. Your performance? We know it had nothing to do with the performance. It was just personal. It had a little bit to do with performance. What can on those? So give me one reason, not performance related, why I would even deserve those boos. I got 27 reasons I could list. This is my nightmare. No, this is your bed that you made, so lay in it.
Yep.
Pick one. Fine. It's Deshaun. What? Pretty much only because he's going to suck so bad that maybe the fans will hate him more than they hate us. They're going to make January 6th like a book club. At least they're helping us tear down our stadium for the new one. All right, everyone, we have chosen our starting.
Connor pulled no punches. Not one. He did not pull any punches. Mr.
I am shocked. I feel awful for the fans of the Cleveland Browns. I have no idea how you could witness what you witnessed in that press conference and it not be a part of your evaluation and decision. I think the world of Todd Monken. I think he's a great coach. I think the world of Andrew Berry. I think he's put together really good football teams. I have no idea how they can make this decision. I said if this was strictly a football decision, strictly football, 50-50, start the guy you want, I'd be fine with it. Last week, I thought in preseason week 1, Deshaun played better than the Shador. Week 2, it wasn't even close. Shador was markedly better than Deshaun. The performance this past Saturday by Deshaun was not good. It was candidly very poor. To have him have that interaction and make the comments that he made in a town, and Kimberly, you could speak to it better than I can, but like in a town, in a city, in a football fan base and franchise like Cleveland, and to sit there and be like, don't boo me, and it's more than just performance, the tone-deaf element of that, and then to name him the starting quarterback less than 48 hours out of it, I truly feel awful for that fan base because you can tell the fan base really likes Shador and wants Shador, and whatever reason why, I don't care. They don't with Deshaun. I'm shocked. I thought there was no way that they would name him the starting quarterback. I am shocked.
Deshaun Watson is awful. It's so awful that if somebody wanted to arrest him for being awful, I would accept it. It's that bad.
I don't mean to laugh.
I don't mean to laugh.
And that's the national media. Here's the local media.
A lot of people here don't like you because of the history, because of what we missed out on, because we've had good player after good player after good player just waste game after game after game. We had to trade Myles Garrett. Why do we have to trade Myles Garrett? Because you're terrible. Because you can't stay healthy. Because you don't want to be here. Because there's nothing that's any bit redeeming about your time here in Cleveland. None. So we've had to get rid of players, watch players walk away, try to replace those players, all because of you. You were supposed to take it there, and you didn't. So fans are supposed to sit on their hands or on their nose and not say anything. Are we nuts? A lot of people here don't like it.
Hang on. Where's my other one?
Deshaun Watson shouldn't be playing Deshaun Watson shouldn't be playing in the NFL, and him starting is a slap in the face to Browns fans. And I can't wait for this embarrassing era of Browns football to be over, spearheaded by Deshaun Watson. The talent that this team has, the young talent, the drafts, it has been phenomenal. But a dark cloud will always exist over Cleveland until Deshaun Watson goes. It's as simple as that. Let's start with the obvious reasons why he shouldn't play in the NFL right now. He shouldn't play in the NFL because he had 27 civil lawsuits against him for sexual misconduct. The NFL loves to brush these things away and act like it doesn't matter. These things matter. Deshaun Watson shouldn't be in the NFL for that reason alone. But since he's gotten to the Browns in 2022, this is where he ranks amongst quarterbacks. He's 61st in EPA per play, and he's 62nd in success rate. Deshaun Watson has not even been a top 32 quarterback in the NFL, which means that he hasn't been a viable starter at any point in time in his Browns tenure. He has been worse than backups. He has been worse than rookie quarterbacks. He has been one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL since he got to the Browns in general. You combine what he did off the field with what he's putting and producing on the field, there is no reason why he should start for any team, and there is no reason why he should be on any NFL roster. And the only silver lining that I see in all of this is that Deshaun Watson has about a year left. This is probably his final year in the NFL, and then we never have to hear from him again.
That's pretty bold.
Well, first of all, let me just say something.
What piece would you like to take first?
Well, first off, let me just comment on this because I do watch Joel on Pick a Side, and their bits a lot. I like a lot of their stuff. I'm not his biggest fan because I think some of his NFL takes are way outlandish. However, this is something that he is spot on about. Number one, at this point, and once again, this is what a competent NFL organization would do. So this completely does not matter what I say. At this point, I don't give two damns. Don't tell me about the dead money. Don't tell me about the contract. I'd cut him tomorrow. That's what I'd do. And just eat it. Because it can't be worse than paying him to be on your football team. This is going to be a complete mess on the field, and it's already a mess off the field. We already see that. The only reason it hasn't gotten to on the field yet, we're still in August. That's it. This whole situation has been a joke now for about, 24 hours since he was named the starter?
Yep.
At some point, as an organization, you have to just say, you know what? Take your money. We'll eat the dead cap. Get the bleep out of here. And was it Orlowski that was he the one that brought up Monken and Barry? Yeah. Everybody and their mother, you especially because you're in that area, know that was not their call.
That's right. Oh, 1,000%.
It's upstairs, and that's the problem.
Yeah, ownership. Because ownership is trying to force to say it was a good deal. It was a good deal. Jimmy Haslam needs to understand as an owner, he needs to take the Jerry Jones route and go, look, it just didn't work. And just eat it, dude. You got to just eat it and say, hey, I was wrong. But he's got too much pride, and he's just not going to do that.
Okay. I want to have some, and Joel here brought up some really good, advanced statistics on Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
I got some of my own.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to compare most of these to Deshaun Watson's final year in Houston, which was 2020, 2021. That year, he threw for 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He averaged 301 passing yards per game. That was his final year in Houston. So he threw for 4,800. He doesn't even have 4,000 yards combined in his 3 years with the Browns. He has never even gotten over 1,150 yards in a damn season. Okay, I'll do you one better. He threw 33 touchdowns his last year in Houston. He's thrown 7, 14, 19 in 3 years with Cleveland to go along with his 12 interceptions.
Which
I'll
is
do
worse.
you one better. I won't even compare it. Now, look, let's be fair. 300 to average 301 passing yards a game is impressive. So I'll do you one better. I'll go all the way to his career low. His rookie season in 2017, 2018 was his career low at the time in Houston. He threw for 242.7 yards a game in his rookie season. Okay, rookie season. He hasn't averaged 200 yards a game in 3 years. What does he have to see to prove this deal is bad? What does he need to see? Does he need 5 more picks on opening day? Is that what he needs to see? I know it's your money. You want to make sure that your money was well spent. No.
And right now, a lot of the fans are
Why
hoping.
am I getting so mad at this?
I was going to say, boy, you're getting madder than some Browns fans I know.
Because they have everything you want in a rebuilding team. The defense has a plethora of young talent. You had to, not to mention this situation cost you the best player in the game. I've said it for the last 3 months. Myles Garrett is the best player in the NFL right now. I don't care what position he plays. I don't care about quarterbacks. He's the best player in football. This cost you the best player of his era because you couldn't compete because this quarterback stinks.
Yep.
But I will give Andrew Berry credit. I thought he made out well in that deal. Got a lot of draft capital and got Jared Verse. That's a good freaking trade because he didn't get 2 first-round picks. No, but you got a 24-year-old edge rusher who's going to be a stud. That's essentially another first-round pick, except he's proven already. You have young offensive weapons in Boston and Concepcion and Junkins and Harold Fanning, which, unlike Tyler, I'm not dumb enough to disrespect. Yes, I'm calling my own co-host now. I'm not over that yet. His top 10 tight end list pissed me off still.
Yeah, and don't forget about Isaiah Bond, too. You got Bond there, too.
And you now have a new revamped offensive line. Is it better than last year? We have to see. It's a whole new unit, 5 new starters. That's not easy to do. But they're going to waste, again, another damn year of all this young, promising talent because they continue to try to prove to the fans, look, this guy still can work.
This is going to be a biggie, and I know it has been talked about because Baker Mayfield is having a little bit of a situation down in Tampa Bay right now, too. And in 2 weeks, week 2, there's a little football game that's going to go happening down in Tampa, and it's Cleveland versus Tampa. And something tells me there is going to be a lot of money bet on Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield to be whooping the schneid out of Mr. Watson because
I hope it happens.
Who they bounced him for. And wouldn't that just be karma's fate if something should happen to Mr. Watson within or by the end of that game? And him with the worst performance of his career to the point that Baker not only outshines him, but just obliterates him stat-wise. And that Watson is so bad that they have no choice but to start Shedeur in week 3 back at home against the Panthers.
Shedeur will be the starter by the second half of that Bucs game. He may be the starter by the end of week 1. Because this is going to go exactly how it's going every other year in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson. He's going to suck. He's going to look terrible. I guarantee you his stat line on week 1 will be 9 for 22 for 86 yards. That's what he'll do because that's his specialty in Cleveland. The guy has thrown for barely over 1,000 yards in 3 years. He hasn't eclipsed his career high in 3 seasons combined. That is freaking embarrassing.
Yeah.
And
but
this
like
is
I said,
why
everybody is going to want to see Deshaun fall apart and lose like nobody has lost when it comes to that game in Tampa Bay. And if I'm Todd, you better believe it. Ownership says keep him on the field. Okay, I kept him on the field the whole game. But it's like if he's that bad, and something tells me it will be, and he's that bad heading into week 3. If I'm Todd, I'm going, that's it. I'm flipping to the kid because Munkin has not only really wanted Shedeur back over in Baltimore when he was there, he was the first person he met when he got to Cleveland. Hello. Was he on the phone talking to Deshaun? Not a chance. There wasn't a chance. He never even talked to Deshaun for the whole first month he was here.
Nobody wants to talk to Deshaun. You see what happens when he talks.
Right? So guess what? It's going to be ugly, and it's going to get uglier as it goes on. So I will not be surprised if that game is a pivotal stomping point and just saying, look, what are you going to do? You got 3, you still got, rookies technically right behind him because you've had Gabriel play, you've had Shedeur play, and you drafted another one, no less. So you've got 4 quarterbacks still in your room. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Haslam's going to find out this is going to burn him so bad. It's like, dude, you have to put butts in the seats. And I'm sorry to say, you're not going to sit there and be tanking for Manning because guess what?
They would never let him step foot there in Cleveland.
Yeah.
He wouldn't step foot in there.
Manning will go, nope, sorry, I'm staying one more year.
Well, he'll just pull the rule that Daquan Wright did, just find another year of eligibility out of his rear end and say, hey, I'll go back for year number 6. Screw it.
Yeah. It's like, sorry about your luck. Not going to happen.
Once again, this was the Cleveland Browns after they won that playoff game with Baker Mayfield, and then he got hurt. And this was Haslam thinking that he had his golden ticket to be a consistent team. And instead of just riding with Baker, once he got healthy, they screwed it up by moving him. And this is why I still don't understand people getting on Stefanski. I cannot blame a guy when he's going through this level of dysfunction. Now, going from Cleveland to Atlanta is not much different when it comes to dysfunction, so I don't really know how that's going to work out. And like Shane said in the comments, 2 left-handed quarterbacks who both may be on IR by week 5, that doesn't help either. But the only thing that scares me here is that I feel like Todd Monken's already became a yes man.
I think he's unfortunately has to be.
Because there is no way you came out and said the decision was based off the body of work. What body of work?
You can tell he wasn't looking up at all. He was looking down. He was looking left, looking right. He
damn well knows this is BS.
Yeah, he knows all the way that this is BS. And I'm sure him and Barry have had a separate conversation going, Can you believe this crap? I mean, he flat out told you himself. It's ridiculous. And I don't think that that's where he wanted to go. I honestly don't.
This
And
whole
all they're going to
situation
get this
is
weekend
just a
is nothing but
mess.
a dose of Dylan Gabriel.
Oh dear. Is there more of this?
Oh,
Yo, IP, this recipe is insane. What is this? Cornish game man. Yo, Scott, that looks fire. Oh, 3 new guys. Oh, hopefully it's nothing too. Oh! What? Oh! I'm just not gonna look. Me neither. But I would recommend looking, considering it's your ankle. Why would it be about my ankle? Wait, what's going on? There's just so many rookies so early. I'm gonna need like a PowerPoint or something. I got you. What? You got? Come with me. Well, that was helpful. Yeah, for one of us. Still lost over here. You tore your ACL, so you're out for the season. What? But at least it means you get a presidential suite. I don't even know what that means. Just follow the directions in here, and your key is in here as well. Injury limbo? Yeah, how'd you know? Kirk's been sharing a bunch of stories about his life since days. Oh, how long am I out? Luckily, you avoided anything major, just an ankle sprain, but could still be a couple weeks. Just check in with me like once a week for updates. All right, sounds good. I'm gonna guess Bud just saw his ankle. Scabs left his food. You don't think care about that, right? I'm willing to bet that you already forgot about it. I love Cornish game. And what's that sauce? Raspberry thyme Dijon sauce. It's insane. How did you come up with that? Oh, it was actually a buddy of mine's idea.
now, of course, that's Connor back at it again. Got a 2-for-1 today. I was impressed. As you can, if for those who don't follow Connor on the Mega Casuals, does a lot of these skits and are very, very entertaining. Almost every day, if not every other day, he'll have something new, especially with this being the quote unquote injury demon, which is one of his more popular skits that he does do. Last year, the injury demon and Joe Burrow kind of hung out and got to know each other pretty well, like bromance kind of thing. So this was kind of a little nod to that, because the sauce that he's talking about was something when him and Joe were doing they had a kitchen scene last year, and that was one of the things. So I was sitting there going, oh, somebody already misses his buddy. I was like, well, if Joe Burrow can stay healthy, he can avoid that. That would be wise, especially for Cincinnati, because by God, I'm sick and tired of seeing Cincinnati and Cleveland in the bottom together. And it's like, Cincinnati, you need to elevate yourself back above Pittsburgh. And by all means, please get higher than Baltimore. Get back at the top where they need to be.
We'll say that the Jaden Higgins injury really hurts me, because I really thought he was going to have a big year in Houston.
As of Saturday, it looked like Deshaun Watson could never play for the Browns again. As of Sunday, Coach Todd Monken, based upon things he said and didn't say, created the impression that he was considering what essentially is a 2-game audition for Deshaun Watson, since both games to start the season are on the road at Jacksonville and then at Tampa Bay. If Watson, whom Monken clearly believes gives the team the best chance to play well and win, can pull off victories in both of those games, giving the Browns their first 2-0 start since 1993 when they weren't even the Browns, then Watson can, in theory, return to Cleveland as a hero, or at least not as a villain, because by then it'll be an opportunity to beat the Panthers and go to 3-0. But that's the bet that Monken is making. Win with Watson week 1, win with Watson week 2. By week 3, the fans may come around and get behind a Browns team that will be led by a quarterback that, as of right now, they never want to see in a Browns uniform again.
He ain't wrong.
I've never been more sure of an 0-2 start in my entire life. And I hate saying that.
And this guy just has no clue. You thought Philly fans were evil. If that is even a thought that they start him at home in week 3, you may see the fans storm the field like it was a freaking soccer game in Ireland.
There is nothing. Now, we've had this conversation that I have an opinion on Cleveland fans when it comes to the Cavs. There is nothing that LeBron James has ever done to the city of Cleveland that is worse than what the Browns do to that fan base every year. Nothing. The decision in 2010 doesn't even matter anymore. It will never be as bad as what they do, that football team does to this fan base.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, Baker doesn't have a new contract in Tampa. Maybe we get the return 2.0 next year. Who knows, right?
And I was going to bring that up because what if that is the strange situation?
I would start putting out, if I were the Browns, I would start putting feelers out to his agent right now.
Now, before that,
start again, circulating in the brain.
But before that, though, who else would scoop up Baker first? The first team that comes to mind is the Arizona Cardinals. That's
Arizona's going to be. I'm going to say no because Arizona is going to be drafting too high next year for Baker Mayfield, and plus, I think there's a lot of good young quarterbacks in next year's draft. Baker, to me, is a guy that would go to a team that is literally a Baker Mayfield away. Minnesota, if Kyler doesn't work out, is the name I would look at. If Kyler doesn't work, because Kevin O'Connell, look what he's done with Sam Darnold. Look what he did. I know Daniel Jones didn't play for him, but you know what? He sat in that room with Kevin O'Connell for a few weeks in the end of that season, and look what he's done with the Colts since. I think if you put him with Kevin O'Connell, it would make a lot of sense. But again, I still think Kyler has a chance to revitalize his career with Kevin O'Connell. So I think if that didn't work, Minnesota makes some sense. Other teams, let me think. I got to go look at this right now. I mean,
what's up, Clint? How you doing?
What's going on, Clint? Maybe Pittsburgh if they don't believe in Drew Aller after Aaron Rodgers.
Will Howard
stinks. I watched the preseason games. He stinks. Atlanta, honestly, can you imagine Stefanski gets him back in Atlanta with Bijan and Drake London and Kyle Pitts?
Wow.
That could be something.
Wow.
You're thinking about that now, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got his brain now. That's really it.
That would be real. Wouldn't that be a swift kick in the nuts if that did happen and they would possibly go to a Super Bowl? Cleveland fans would lose. There'd be no hair left in this town.
Baker, Bijan, London, Pitts, that defense, when it's fully back to strength with James Pierce playing a full season because this year he's suspended for the first 8 games. Jalen Walker will be back from his torn ACL next year. That secondary, which I'm already high on, I think it's elite with the Terrell brothers and Xavier Watts and Jesse Bates.
And who knows what wide receivers they can scoop up in the draft next year, too.
Exactly.
And you have a head coach who's not getting pulled with puppet strings. Could be interesting.
I think Baker makes a lot of sense for the freaking Falcons.
Wow. I think
I left Gracie speechless with that one.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, I like that. I like that though. That's a thought and a half. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, take it personally when you look at your bank account every week.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't take it personally. You've got 430 million reasons why. So shut up and sit there and take it. You earned every penny of it, pal. Every stinking penny of it.
Well, you scanned every penny of it.
Well, yeah, that too. Uh,
The fact that they are putting a quarterback out there that their fans want to boo is just insane. Forget everything else. How long can it be until Shedeur Sanders gets to play?
And he's talking about like it was personal, like bro, like there's players that we've seen in the NFL that have done some scumbag stuff that got cheated. You just suck, bro. You got 230 million guaranteed that you are ass.
Yeah, if you were one of the top 5 quarterbacks, top 5, 7 quarterbacks in the NFL, they'd love you.
Big Ben did some dirty stuff, bro.
Yeah, but he won 2 Super Bowls. His team's fans love him.
And the other thing is they got everybody booing him during the preseason. Like, how can you sell that to your fan base? It doesn't matter what he said today. It's over, bro.
The fact that
this is other media mocking Cleveland. I mean, damn. It's not pretty.
No. I just sit here and think back. After the 2021 season, the rumors in Philly were, will the Eagles trade for Deshaun Watson? Will the Eagles trade for Russell Wilson? Or will the Eagles roll with Jalen Hurts? I am so freaking thankful for Jalen Hurts.
Deshaun Watson has been named the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Explain it if you can. There's nothing we've seen on a football field that would make you think, well, that's just what they had to do. Like, you think one thing, if you turn on ESPN this morning, they got all those, you know how hard it is to get everybody on the table at ESPN at 7 a.m. to be like, well, of course they're going to name Shedeur Sanders the quarterback. And you ask them why, and they say, because it would be stupid to do the other thing. That's why. It just would make no sense. Like, Deshaun Watson hasn't been good. He's not the future. The fans don't want him, especially after what he said post-game this weekend. You're just making it worse now. You should be investing in your future, whatever it is. At the very least, at some point, you just got to let Shedeur Sanders be great or be a bomb. Whatever he's going to be, you need to see it. And more than that, you need your fans to see it so that they can stop. We need it just to be out there. What is he? Let's see it.
Yes.
And for every snap Deshaun Watson takes, it's a snap that you're not finding whether one of your 2 second-year quarterbacks is good enough to be your franchise quarterback. Deshaun Watson.
And like,
I'm sorry, but Haslam needs to be told by somebody outside of that office, dude, you screwed up. Be a man, suck it up, admit you were wrong, and do what's best for business. Sounds like somebody else used to say that all the time. And that's been a pretty strong motto. Do what's best for business. It's not that you're listening to the fans. You know, they always say, oh, if you listen to the fans, you'll be sitting with the fans. You have national media, smaller market media tearing you apart, going, hello, this is wrong. It's not that it's stupid. That's a Cleveland thing. This is worse than stupid. This is wrong. It's beyond stupid. Again, this is wrong. You know it. I know it. Watson knows it. Haslam knows it. Monken knows it. Barry knows it. Everybody knows this is wrong. But because they spent all that money, they're saying we have to put him out there. We have to put him out there. No, you don't.
Here's
You don't
the
have to put him out there.
Here's the thing. When you played the clip from Joel from Pick a Side podcast talking about his EPA and his success rate, he ranked 62nd and 64th. Not only does he rank behind every starter in the league, he ranks behind 60 other quarterbacks. So not only is he not a viable starter, he's not even a viable backup.
Dude, some of those guys are third stringers. So he's worse than third string quarterbacks who probably aren't even playing anymore.
Would you guys like Andy Dalton? We will give him to you if you need help. It can't be worse.
Don't get Clint started, please.
Oh, God.
Please,
Sorry,
don't
Clint.
get Clint started. Let's not go Red Rifle.
I think he already is started, given from his comments.
What, Jimmy? What is going on, dude? How you doing? How are you, Jimmy? How the heck are you? Man,
speaking of the fun,
you know, the Tennessee Titans are having more fun, I'm sure. It's good to see you, though, my friend. Good.
Hey, you know why they're having fun? Because they're not starting Will Levis over Cam freaking Wolf.
Uh-oh, look at that. Clint says he'll take Andy Dalton over Watson any day 3 times on Sunday.
Hang on.
Oh,
Let me respond. Let me respond to that. And you would be right to do so.
You would be right to do so.
Jimmy, we both said that. I was not a fan of it. When I was happy when they said they were out of the running and it was Atlanta looking to nab him, and I went, thank you. And then when I heard later on that afternoon that they went, yep, he signed with the Browns for a guaranteed contract, I went, we're screwed. I was like, yeah, great. And now you're going to bounce Baker. I like, that was pretty stupid. And it's, again, the Cleveland thing. But like I said, this is just totally wrong. This is outright wrong. 100%. And it just, like I said, it's because Haslam is saying, I spent $430 million plus on this guy. You're going to play him. Fine, dude. But, you know, when the seats are empty in the stadium and you can't make enough to have it air on TV, don't come crying to us. We're not coming. We are not coming.
It's the NFL. You make money if nobody shows up.
Well, the thing is you also still have to have a certain percentage to air on TV.
That's fine. They still make the money.
Well, he makes a little bit. He doesn't make a lot of it.
How much money have they been making on this team for the past 10 years anyway?
Jimmy, Kareem's going to go, no, he didn't. And you can say, hey, get picture proof evidence, Jimmy. Take a picture of that quote right there. Get that picture now. Kareem, I'm sure, will just freak right on out about it, going, no, he didn't. Yes, he did.
This whole thing is just one giant.
It's worse than a joke at this point. Now it's just, like I said.
It's been past a joke for 2 years now.
But again, when you have the ESPN folks just saying it's just sad. When you have Stephen A. Smith just coming out and just I have not seen him just flat out bash a guy like he did with that 30 seconds. I was even sitting there going, damn, okay. Wow. It took me by surprise. And I'm not the biggest Stephen A. Smith fan, but even I was sitting here going, wow.
Well, in defense, doesn't Stephen A. Smith do that once a segment anyway?
Not to that degree. I mean, he really, I mean, straight face said it. It was like he was pissed to have to say it. Don't ignore my second comment about Watson, which I showed them all.
Let me see.
Oh, my bad.
There
Nope,
it is.
It is. There it is. I'm sorry, Clint. Where's you fall off bank and big. Damn. Okay. Wow. Getting kind of racy around here, ain't it?
Clint, tell us how you really feel.
Woo. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
I got nothing.
That could have just ended the show, Clint. Thanks. That went to a screeching halt. Yeah, Jimmy, like I said, right.
Like I said, at some point you're just gonna have to eat the money and just cut the guy. I don't even care what the dead cap hit is. I'm suffering now. What's it gonna do to me? What did this team already hasn't done?
It's next offseason. Because you get to a point next offseason.
Oh, that ain't even cool.
Damn.
Damn, Clint. You ain't got to go there.
You get to a point next offseason, I think it's the turn of the league season, where the final 200 million becomes guaranteed. There's a 200 million kicker that kicks in if he's still on your roster. It ain't no way you're letting that happen.
No, you can't. You can't let it
like
happen.
I said, let's have a LeBron 2.0. Baker, come home. He's going to come back and right the wrongs.
I still like your Atlanta take. That I did not take.
Dude, him and Stefanski reunite in the NFC South and run that division. Cleveland may burn the next day. Like I said, I'm going to hold what I said earlier. Nothing LeBron James ever did to that city is worse than what the Browns do. Nothing. Miss me with, you did the decision. He went on live TV. Oh, boo, freaking who? He came back and won you a damn freaking title. Wrong.
Yeah, this has been the just epic cluster bomb, and it's like, oh well, you want to alienate a fan base. Well, buddy, you did it, and you did it well.
Oh, I'll say that.
I mean, when I'm sure other teams and other owners are even sitting there going, God, how can you be so thick? I mean, seriously, how can you be so thick?
I got nothing.
And speaking of stupid ownership, how about we go to my boys? How about we go talk about Mr. Jed York hooking up with, company over in Youngstown, Ohio.
We allowed to talk about this live on the air?
Sure. I mean, dude, you guys know me. I have been cursing that man's name for a long time. I despise that man. I still sit there and say, Jed York, every time John Lynch leaves to go to the bathroom during the draft, York's sitting there trying to make a pick. No. Stay the hell out of football decisions. You suck.
I think Deshaun was just pissed off that he didn't know there was a place you'd get that for $140.
Wow. I think Sam just said good night.
We're not making it through this. Whatever else we have left, we're gonna freaking.
We're on bonus time.
Oh man.
Bonus time.
Oh, good gravy.
You know what? This is definitely the show that gives us the good name After Dark because it's pretty dark.
Yeah, we're getting pretty dark. We're getting pretty racy already. We're really rolling on it now.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. Your video from last night has been deleted. Why? I wonder why.
Why? Ohio Trailer Park. No, he paid for some good punana. Oh, here we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
He tried. He made the effort.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, man. This dude, I've been wanting him gone for so long. I'm sorry. He's not Robert Kraft. This should burn him. This should totally burn him.
Okay, no offense. It should have burnt Robert. It should have burnt Kraft too.
Should have been, yeah, but he's no Robert Kraft.
One guy got Tom Brady, the other guy got Trey Lance. Just leave it at that.
You ain't wrong. So yeah, I'm sorry, but as ownership, look at what happened with the Panthers ownership and Washington's ownership when they got their hands caught in a cookie jar. Sorry, but yeah, dude, there's a code of conduct policy even for ownership. I'm sorry, Mr. York, there's the door. And oh yeah, by the way, your wife, who technically is the ownership, I'm sure is kicking your rear end. Howdy. That is not going to be going well.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I read that they had filed for divorce in May. Now, this will not help his case.
No, it will. No, it definitely will not. It will totally not.
Somebody just called Benson and Stabler.
Well,
I was hoping nobody made that joke. Damn it. I was hoping I was the only one, but I wasn't gonna. Yeah.
Jimmy's right on top of it, bud. He always will be.
I'm done.
But yes, I am very intrigued to see where the ownership will have to change hands, per se. Yeah, I know.
Don't do it.
It's just getting worse.
Gonna need that little side transaction.
I'm about to say somebody hit we may have to hit the button. We may have to hit the damn button.
Hey, just whenever whoever buys it, they can just leave it on the nightstand.
Oh, wow! Wow! Well, we're really holding up to the name this evening. After Dark is for sure.
Nightmares tonight.
Anywho's, yes, I think that 1000%. I think the league needs. I believe the good old boys have to hold a meeting, and there have to be some severe consequences coming down.
I think we need to severely change subjects.
That's for sure.
Gonna give him the Dan Snyder treatment.
Yeah, pretty
Which
much.
Unfortunately means he will be walking away with like $6 billion.
It's just not the fact that you're walking away. It's just that we need you to walk away.
Don't go away mad. Just go away.
Just go away. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, but there's the door. Here's your check. Deuces. It's not. It's gonna be pretty ugly. I don't think that this is gonna go away anytime soon. When you guys flooded that in the chats, I was sitting there going, about time we can bounce this guy. I've been screaming for him to go for years. And if this is what it finally takes for him to get booted out the door, so be it. So freaking be it.
This story ain't slinking out the door after a quick shower. Nuh-uh.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's not often that we can get this far into the show. Usually it's George regretting ever doing this, but today it's Sam.
Oh, my show last night was insanity.
Jimmy, we next week actually is the drafting for the show draft.
That's right. The other two are just practice.
We cannot confirm yet if it will be live or not. Someone has to make sure they hit the button.
Yeah, I'll make sure it's live. Oh geez,
that's part of the flash.
The Ohio one was. I don't know if we could say it was better or worse than the Michigan one.
It was okay.
Wait a second.
Crazy.
Wait, time out. Our show draft is next Tuesday. Oh my god, I got 2 drafts in 3 days.
Are you? Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Memorial Day is next Monday.
Whatever.
I'm like, did we miss something?
Oh, it's just
usually we do.
Like we missed hit the go live button.
Clint says he needs a date and time for that. He works for a living, sir. Unlike us.
Yeah, next Tuesday. What? Oh,
start that sucker at 9. We'll be done at 9:40.
I was going to say we've been moving very quickly with Sleeper, so that probably wouldn't be that far off. Most of the time it takes medication. Yeah, I would say it's next Tuesday. Probably we'll get rolling between 8:30 and 9.
Keyword, he don't know.
He says he can try to request a day off. Yeah, we're shooting for next Tuesday, though. On the flip side, so Zolt, you missed the Connors couple of skits.
I caught a couple of them.
Yeah. The Ashton Genty, boy, a lot of people are probably a little concerned going into week 1.
There's a league that I follow that somebody snuck a deal in between Genty getting hurt and finding out that it was only an ankle sprain.
Ooh.
It wasn't for Genty, but they stole. I don't want to say they stole. It was basically a Ken Walker for Justin Jefferson deal because the guy felt he needed a running back, so he traded away Justin Jefferson for Ken Walker. And then he finds out, I don't need a running back because Genty's actually going to be healthy in a few weeks.
Whoopsie.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Like always wait for the MRI.
Right.
Yep. Always wait.
And not to mention names, but somebody trying to argue with me over how bad Chase's injury was.
He said he's fine.
Yes, that was my response. Chase said it was fine. Well, first off, he tried to tell me it was his ankle, and I'm like, well, Chase himself said it was his knee.
it's like when the player tells you, "Hey, this is what's wrong with me."
Yeah.
It's
He's
well,
like, I hyperextended my knee. Well, I mean, that kind of sums it up, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. He's no doctor, but I guarantee you he saw one.
Well, I'm just I'm knocking on the Formica. I've only had my 4th wide receiver hit the out for the year deal. So
you had Calvin Austin?
No, Higgins.
Oh, Higgins. Gotcha.
I had Higgins in the Aces.
Yeah. Hey,
He was like
you should pull up the Ohio League draft board, sir.
Okay.
I mean, I understand they are second fiddle to the MI Aces, but still, we shouldn't treat them as such.
Touche. Let me snag that up here.
I didn't even have time to give my speech because nobody was actually in person.
No. No, don't.
Hey, you knew I wasn't going to be.
No, I have. I don't want to talk about it. Do not want to talk about it.
Clint, he said if there was a game tomorrow, he'd be in it. So, yeah, it's all good. I'm sure they'll shut him down, but still.
Shut everybody down in training camp.
Yeah, at this point, yes. I mean, you know what you got, especially like Chase. You know exactly what the hell you have.
Right.
Why risk it?
Are they sure? Are you sure they know what they have? I don't know.
I mean, it is the Bengals. You could try to line them up at guard.
Okay, when we're done with the fantasy football talk, I just saw one of the most bizarre food items that is being launched, apparently, that I think we may need to hear.
Okay, first off, you're assuming we're ever done with the fantasy football talk.
That is also true.
And
nice, pretty colors, George. I like it.
There. So the champ had the last pick. And Zoltan, ironically, I don't think I even noticed this until Adam had said something about being right next to Clint about the 6th or 7th round.
Yeah.
And that's when he said that. And I was like, oh, I'm drafting next to Zolt, but I think we're just
different this year. We just have different philosophies this year. That's just all there is to it. Which is fine.
Yeah. And it was. It was kind of interesting how we picked opposites on top of it through practically the whole way through. So it was very interesting. Sam's like, no.
I'm still here.
Where the hell did you go to pull up the draft board?
You got to go into the league and then choose the settings, the little gear wheel.
League settings. Draft results. Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Because your board is a little small. That's okay. Don't feel any worse about it. Yeah. Chip.
Yeah, you worked hard that too this week.
You went with your Barkley. I went with my Chase.
Sorry, there we go. Yeah.
A little surprised to see like Puka and JSN go that late. But I mean, it's an 8 team.
Right. It was only
8 teams
8
kind of mess
teams.
things up.
Yeah. Next year I will be a little more diligent on pushing it back to the 10. Oh, and especially because we will have a new belt next year.
Ah, yes.
So, and that design is already getting established. I've already sent in for a mock-up already. I'm waiting to hear back from the said company who did it. So we shall see. Yeah. Yes,
I mean-
every dang time.
I don't remember this going really off the rails. I think people just did not understand the whole you don't have to draft a tight end. You know?
I did mention it.
I know you did. Nobody
I
reads
think that's
scoring
why
before they
the
go
tight
in.
ends didn't go until round 5.
Well, yeah, but everybody took one.
Yeah, we all still took one. I mean, it's kind of like, that bye week thing. It could come in handy.
I mean, first kicker was round 10. That's got to be a record.
Who was it? Was it Akers?
It was Leo.
Oh,
Leo
that's right.
took-
Yeah,
Leo took
Leo
Aubrey.
started the defense and
Yep, started defense and
Aubrey.
kickers. Yep. To be fair, Leo was kind of occupied.
yeah, standing outside my house.
Well, no, that was at the end of the draft. I was hoping
Yeah.
he was going to give you a new tour of the building the hard way. Yeah, I can't.
No, my neighbor, my one neighbor did turn around and ask, so what was the cop here for? I was like, fantasy football. They're like, really? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, they heard you were running illegal gambling.
I said the only thing I wasn't able to give him was his belt because Adam was occupied otherwise.
I don't know. Okay, so same issue with both Whalen and Akers. I don't know how comfortable I would be if the first sub in at running back was David Montgomery. That's reasonable, but Travion Henderson is your bye week guy. He could be getting only like 30% of the snaps.
Yeah. But I think that's why snagging RJ Harvey.
That doesn't help much either.
But that's better.
It's kind of the same situation though.
Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Hey, Jimmy, just let me know. I'll gotta definitely get you hooked up and have you on one of these days coming up here very, very soon, especially to talk a little bit about your Titans. We definitely need to have you in. So I'll be in touch. Jimmy and Kareem do their show. What's your opinion?
Definitely want him to talk about the Titans before they crash and burn.
If
I'm kidding. I think we all have different categories for quarterbacks. I slot Cam Ward into this guy might be something. That's the category I put him in.
Well, and
That's fair.
With Robert Saleh having his second go around,
yeah,
and some intelligence in ownership.
I was going to say, and it not being the Jets.
Right, exactly. I'm thinking it's not a bad thing. I'm thinking if they let this play out properly and give the man his 2 to 3 years to get his guys, his philosophy in, they've got a very good, solid opportunity. Cool, Jimmy. Cool. And that's why I like where the Titans are headed. It's like they are, Sam said about Cleveland, it's like, yeah, you've got a lot of good rebuilding tools. Tennessee does too.
Yeah,
I do.
They have some pieces. They definitely have some pieces.
So that's why I'm not counting Tennessee out anytime soon.
Nah, not at all. You should hear me talk about the Browns.
Yeah, I was gonna say the East Side got it worse. See, if you all would have been here, you wouldn't have had that problem. Akers wouldn't have been caught up in a tornado warning in Avon. That's called karma. She found everybody. She found everybody. She punished everybody. I mean, Kelly even vacuumed the house and cleaned up the house. She was all gung-ho. Yeah, 100%, Jimmy. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayland's. Yeah. Wayland always has that team that you go, all right, it's not bad.
But look, as far as I could tell, he didn't have a magazine in his lap. So, baby steps, man.
I don't know if he did or not. Yeah, I know. I know. Clint, we'll make sure we'll send the limo. We'll send the bus and the limo bus next year.
Okay. It's gonna say you went from limo to bus. I mean, that's
no, one of those limo buses.
Okay.
We'll
Limo
just make it a
buses.
limo bus.
Got it. That's better.
Fully stocked.
Of course.
Pick up everybody on the way. My grouping, I'm kind of like, my running backs are, it is what it is. I got a lot of praying to do. Receivers, I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
I really don't see a whole lot bad with the receivers.
Nah, you're all right. I see what you were doing.
And it's pretty much tagging up, pairing up a QB bonus. So it worked out all right. Snagged Purdy late. But having Shaheed and Sutton later on right there worked out nicely. I like those two picks.
Clint snagged Nico before I was going to. I mean, settling for Drake London is not a huge thing. But I'm happy with Drake London, but I was really hoping Nico would fall that one more spot. But of course he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I just thought it was real interesting that the champ decided to kind of hose Akers. I think because Akers, I don't think is like, okay, he took Josh Allen. He didn't go for his homer pick. And Leo went, well, just to make sure.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and he took Zay Flowers after that too. So I was like, all right, that could prove to be interesting with Baltimore's new offense and new coaching staff over there. It could be very interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing Akers ended up with for Baltimore is Andrews, which I'm not gonna knock Andrews this year. His competition's gone, so he should do decent numbers. I think the only issue is you're never gonna know when to start him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all in all, it was a good draft. Nothing crazy, which is good and unusual for the Ohio League.
Right. If it would have had 10, it would have been interesting. But hey, next week, turn around and knock out one more.
Nothing crazy next week either, I'm sure.
I'm sure it will be all right. I also had the first. I thought friend of show Mike Johnson, he had his actually had a family draft that actually happened Sunday night. It was a 12-teamer, and a lot of his wife's family was involved in that one, including one grandma who
Oh dear.
knows her stuff
Right.
and was like, huh, that was an interesting pick. Was said several times. And I'm sitting there looking back at her team and I'm going, she actually didn't do too bad. Grandma knows her stuff. and then like he was saying that her brother's girlfriend was even picking a team and her picks were like way out there. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, there's your wild card. We have no idea what she's going to take. But he ended up with a pretty decent team. It wasn't too shabby at all. I think he also ended up with, I think, Pickens and Derrick Henry were his first two picks at the 12 spot. So it wasn't too bad. He was all right.
Not bad at all.
He was all right. Derrick Henry won and then took Pickens. That was the next best available receiver. I was like, can't be mad at that. Wasn't too bad. It's not a bad start for a 12-man draft. It was tough. That was tough. All right, gents. It's about that time. Put us back in our boxes. Any last words, Sam? I know you're speechless practically today.
No, I just got just one thing. Screw all these guys who can't make it in the NFL that want to go back to college.
Oh, I did like the SEC one-upping on the Big Ten.
I love it.
Adding it to basketball.
Said, oh, NFL? Oh, no. Let's add all basketball to it. I went, bravo. I like it.
And I have two other closing regards. These are not jokes either. I'm not in the joking mood right now. Number one, of course, the first player that announced he was going back to college, of course, it's to LSU with that jackass who.
Well, not anymore.
Well, they started it. What else is new? And also, I know we don't really talk a lot about like we talk NBA, but we don't really go into the WNBA. I'm not going to go into the situation, but screw Enes Kanter.
Fair. And to go back to the LSU thing, I understand it's blocked, but how scummy is that to take a guy that's on your roster, has been with your team since probably spring ball, has gone the entire summer, assuming he's on scholarship on your team.
Yep.
And oh, by the way, you're gonna have to find somewhere else to go to school. What the hell?
Yeah. That's what I'm
like
glad
I said,
we brought the hammer down.
My two things with college football, when they brought in the NIL, I was okay with it. When it comes to the transfer portal and the calendar, I don't like it. I think it needs to be adjusted, but I'm okay with the way it's mapped out. They have no choice. But I think a couple of tweaks to the calendar for the year can fix the entire thing. I was okay with that. This?
Yeah, this is a no.
Yeah.
This is a no for me, dog.
Yeah,
you can't go back to college just because you sucked in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, and I applaud the Big Ten and the SEC for going, nope, sorry about your luck. Too late.
Sorry, Lane.
Too bad.
I hope LSU sucks. I really hope they stink this year. They won't, but I really hope they do.
Yeah, that's ugly. It's ugly. And I'm glad
Lane Kiffin has given himself every reason to be booed around the entire country, wherever they go.
Yeah. And, it's, and hopefully the other divisions of college football follow suit. Because I love the fact that SEC threw in the basketball. It's like,
I
yep,
love that.
that's even better.
I love
That is
everything about it.
even better.
Change this now before it gets worse.
Yep. Might as well take care of it almost in all of your sports.
Yep.
Just handle it now. Because, yeah, that's my big thing is, hey, once you've declared yourself for being a professional, that's it. Game over.
Yes. As soon as you go through the combine and the draft process, you're no longer a college
once you've
football
been
player.
drafted, once it's like, hello. I mean, granted, I know baseball's a little different. Don't get me wrong. Baseball's a little different. They draft kids who are practically still in high school.
Yeah.
That's a whole other.
I didn't even know this situation was possible. I mean, you hear about guys you hear about guys that go back to take classes when they get older. You hear like Jahad Campbell. He just got his degree because he left Bama as a junior, but he still had to finish his degree. You hear about stuff like that. I have never heard of someone who realized that, first of all, Daquan Wright couldn't make the Cleveland Browns, so he's going to go back to college football. That makes a lot of sense, by the way. You're so bad you can't make the Cleveland Browns. Okay. He lasted about 3 days on the Eagles training camp roster, too, by the way.
Yeah, that's sorry about your luck.
Well, first off, we also know why he went to LSU, right? Where did he play last year? In college, where did he play? Ole Miss.
Oh, that explains it. Yep. Like
Screw
I said,
Lane Kiffin.
It's good that they did this, and I think the Big Ten will probably even follow suit as the SEC and do that for basketball as well. Because that's the easiest one that they could go back and forth with. Nope,
Man, maybe Ennis Cancer will show up in college basketball next year for all I know.
Like I said, I like it. I like the fact that the freaking conferences themselves, they weren't waiting for the NCAA to say anything. They took it upon themselves and said, we're not putting up with it.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't do jack anymore.
That's true. Yeah. I do have a question before we go, because I know we want to get out of here. What does this mean for the one team that's not in a conference?
Well, screw them. Let them do whatever the hell they want.
I'm just asking, that's something that someone may try it.
Well, remember they are part of the ACC in basketball.
Not in but not in football. They're not.
No, football's the only thing they're not technically.
That's my point. What? That could be
that. Let them hang out to dry.
I'd never let them in the playoff again. I wouldn't care if they were undefeated. I would never let them in the playoff.
I will say, though, you notice the timing, though. The timing is very important on what just happened because full cut down day for the NFL is Sunday.
Yep.
Yes.
So I think these conferences we're we're about to be flooded by guys. They're going to try this.
Get out of here.
They just shut it down right now. And somebody's going to sue. There's no time. I mean, college rosters are going to be set, and you're not going to be able to make changes. So, God, who knows what that means for next year? But at least for now,
right?
But I applaud the conferences for taking a stand.
Yes.
Yep.
Because this is not right.
Like it. Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, until next week, folks. The show's Fantasy Football Draft next week. We'll see you then.
That takes care of the 4 minutes. Say goodnight, Grayson.
Good night.
Good night. That's it. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
So I said, well, flip a coin, and if it comes out heads, have your hair dyed.
And if it comes out tails, say goodnight, Gracie.